Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is Nolan, or the Optimistic Gamer here, and we are getting right into today's episode because I was AFK at the creeper farm and we have a thunderstorm. If you remember from the last episode, that was one of the elements that we were waiting for, and there's some lightning. We are looking for, well, we need the trident, so we gotta hurry home. We are looking for some creepers and some skeletons, and the thunderstorm is already over. That lasted maybe a minute. Anyway, that's unfortunate. I was really hoping that we would be able to get something out of that. But we will continue to try for charged creepers and some skeleton skulls. In the meantime, we need to start assembling our graveyard. So if you remember, we got some mycelium in the last episode. That is going to be our floor, sort of the field area, the grass area, dead grass for the graveyard, and we will have the rest of it come up from there. So I'm gonna build it right here. This is right behind our smeltery, and it's pretty close to our whole settlement here, but it's just a ways enough from everything that it doesn't really interfere with the style or theme. Of course, I do plan on expanding over this way in the future, but for now, it will stay kind of out of the way, but close enough to where, like I said in the last episode, we can visit it if we want to. So I'm going to clear out some of this grass and some of these flowers, and we will get the mycelium put in before we start work on everything else. And since our last episode, the Halloween special part 1, I have done a lot of off-camera work collecting various resources, mostly spruce wood. I was doing that right up there, but I also got some more food. As you can see, I have the steak now, which isn't going to be enough in the short term, but it is a start. I also worked on the cave staircase a little bit, and I even traded with some villagers. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I accidentally killed one with an axe. He got in the way one time when I was chopping up a lectern, and then he got in the way a second time, and this axe hits very hard. So he unfortunately did not stand a chance. The iron golems got very fed up with me. Everybody in the village knows, and I'm afraid I am not welcome back, at least anytime in the near future. So I think what we will end up doing in the next episode is heading over to that pillager outpost and doing a raid at a different nearby village so that we can get hero of the village and hopefully safely head back. But anyway, that is the updates I've made. And I have also gone around to all of our various chests that were filled with random resources and removed those items and filled our storage facility a little more, got those sorted. I also started a bamboo farm over there that you can see. So I was busy. I actually intended on recording all of my off-camera work and publishing that to YouTube. It would have been about 2.5 to 3 hours long. Unfortunately, the video file corrupted, so that ended up not working out. But I do want to do that more in the future, just post off-camera work. I have talked about doing live streams, but again, I'm not really in an environment where that would be suitable at the moment. But I digress. Let's get back to work on this graveyard. So this is just going to be a very organic shape with the mycelium. It's going to kind of blend with the grass. And because mycelium spreads like grass, we only need to fill in around the outside. The dirt on the inside, well, can be just that, dirt, and then it will grow over with the mycelium. And I was originally thinking that a square would be suitable for this just because it's fairly simple to build, but I think having it kind of curve around and up against the hill right here, just a very organic shape, I think that will, in a way, add to the level of spookiness, so that is how we will do this. So here's the outline of that. Of course, we may end up expanding it. I'm just not sure yet. And of course, we have those awesome particles coming from the mycelium. I'm going to move the shulker box so that that doesn't turn any of the mycelium into dirt. And now we are just going in and filling in all of this space. Again, I'm not going to have all the mycelium that I need, but this will be enough to turn some of that dirt into mycelium. And all the dirt is in place, so now we just play the waiting game for all of this mycelium to spread. Of course, that will give us some time for hopefully another thunderstorm. Well, it's made a little bit more progress. We are almost finished with that now. It is raining once again, but it doesn't look like we are really gonna get a thunderstorm out of this one. So let me head back. Well, do I need to head back? I don't think I do, actually. Let's just take out the shulker box and we can start placing in some headstones and maybe even the wall around this graveyard. Now, I don't want it to just be a graveyard that's up here. I actually do want to extend our path over in that direction. And I know for a fact, in my creative plans at least, that I have this path leading up to our smelting facility. From there, we can either go this way back towards the tree farm and loop around the smeltery that way, or we can go to the left of it. Of course, we could always do both, but I think we will want to pick one or the other. And I think what we will end up doing is having the path go on the far side of the smelter facility, just to give us more options of expanding in that direction to the east. Over here, we have many trails and paths right up here that we can fork off of and use that to our advantage. So we will plan for having the trail come up from this side over here, which means from the graveyard, we will probably want the entrance about right here. Say we have the path going right up to this point, we will have the entrance at these 4 blocks or these 4 blocks right there. So I brought cobblestone walls. These are going to be the outer border of this graveyard, and I think we will actually set these in by a few blocks and just kind of, again, go with the organic shape that we created for this graveyard. And of course, this build is already turning out much larger than I initially planned it to be, so had to grab some more cobblestone walls, but the shape is coming along pretty nicely. As I said, we're following the mycelium to a degree. You will see that right up here. So it's not perfect around the edges, it's just sort of random wherever we see fit, and that is helping to make this shape a little bit. Actually, what I think we might do for the entrance is maybe get rid of these walls right here, turn that in. Is that the same wall? That's the same wall I just broke, I think. We will turn this in like this and have one more wall right here, and that will be our little graveyard entrance. So it's sort of this spooky corridor in a way. I think what we will do next is actually put the tree in, and for this I may need to grab more oak, but I should have enough. This is going to be placed right here in the middle, and it is going to be a dead tree. We are not going to have any leaves on this at all. It's just going to be the branches, and it will look very spooky for sure. Well, I'd say I'm pretty happy with how that has turned out. I may add a couple more branches here and there. My favorite profile is over here from the back. If I could just rotate this tree around, it would look great. I'll get some stripped spruce logs put onto there to make it look a little rotten and weathered, of course. It looks like we're gonna have to do some mob proofing on the roof of our smeltery. We have a creeper up there. I don't want to sleep because in case this rain turns into a thunderstorm, I don't want to miss the chance on that. So I'm just kind of waiting the night away. Alright, daytime once again. All of the mycelium has grown over the dirt, so I think it's time to start working on some headstones. So let's get our various stone items out, and initially, again, this is much larger than I thought the graveyard would be, so I may need to run back and get some more stone, but for now, this will at least get us started. I don't have any specific design in mind for these. I'm just going to kind of play around and see what works. We will start over here in the corner with maybe let's do 2 stone slabs just like that, keeping it simple. Right here, let's go with a chiseled stone brick. We can do stone brick stairs on either side. Let's do a cobblestone wall on top, and maybe a couple a couple stone slabs. Do we like that? Maybe not. Maybe if we get rid of these stone slabs. What if we did stone slabs across the front? No, not liking that either. Maybe this. See, it's all about just playing around, finding a design that we are happy with. Of course, we could do stairs like that. Maybe turn them. Okay, we're just going to stick with that. That will be fine. Maybe right over here we will let's do a cross for this one. Over on this side, we could do a stone stair and a stone slab like that. And now we have this space to fill, so let's do... Well, we have one more chiseled stone brick, so we can put that right here. Let's get a stone brick slab on top of that. I'm liking this. Is that what we're gonna go with? Maybe a couple slabs in front of that. Now we have quite a bit of stone, so let's go with a traditional headstone on this one with stone stairs on either side. Let me go grab some more stone. And hello, it looks like we have a patrol that has decided to show up. I am not going to deal with them right now, but hopefully they don't shoot any of the horses. We're going to keep our distance from them and worry about that in a future episode. So we'll get that stone put on, and that's kind of our traditional headstone. I know it's a little large, but there's not really a great way to get that smaller look on there. And I would say that is not too bad. So now I want to take some coarse dirt, and we will place this under stones like these, and I'm actually going to put a stone block under there, a couple coarse dirt right here. We can do a little bit more in front of this headstone as well. So now we have the dirt in place. I also brought up some gravel because I would like to just kind of mix this in here and there, sort of as a path that kind of travels through the graveyard. I'm pretty happy with how that looks. So now we are going to place in the aesthetics. So we will take our pointed dripstone, the glow lichen, which I may need more of. We'll take out the cobwebs, the brown mushrooms, and of course the dead bushes. Those will add a very nice touch to this. So let's start with we'll do the glow lichen at night so we can decide where we want the light sources to come from. Let's start with the brown mushrooms. These have to be placed under a block. They cannot be placed they can be placed anywhere on mycelium. So we can just kind of sprinkle these around. I have 6 of them, so we'll spread them out quite a bit. And maybe one more back here in the corner. And then I have 5 dead bushes. I want these to be a little closer to the front, a little more visible. There we go. I'm getting some very creepy vibes from this place now, that's for sure. And the pointed dripstone. This doesn't really serve too much purpose other than it just kind of adds a little more texture and depth, I guess. I mean, there wasn't really any logic behind this other than that. So that is all placed in, and we have some cobwebs as well. I'm going to string a few of these from the tree up here, and maybe one more over here on the edge. There we go, and then I also want to have one coming from the top of this headstone right up here and kind of stringing down to the... Actually, let's go from this one. And again, that will just kind of string down. We can even go around to the outside and continue that all the way to the grass. There we go. Not bad. Okay, so now we can do candles and we can do glow lichen. We will start with the candles. I forgot we have the carved pumpkins as well. Let's get some of these placed at the entrance here. And the walls don't connect. That is very nice. We'll get one placed here in by the tree, maybe one back in the corner, and one more over here as well. Uh-oh. So that's going to give us a little more faces, some creepier looks as we walk through this graveyard here. So now the candles. Let's go with some candles right here. Let's do these in black since they are next to the pumpkin. These ones can be orange, and we can have one more black candle right there. Back over here, let's do a couple more black candles, and then over in this corner, a couple orange candles. And the patrol is still in the little valley right down here, our homestead. Hopefully they find their way out here before long. Or else they may also find themselves ending up inside of this graveyard. We'll go ahead and light all of these candles. Uh-oh. Oh, that was close. Alright, we're gonna get out of here because we have a couple creepers in there, and that totally caught me off guard. I'm glad they did not blow up, because this is one of a few places where I really don't want to have to rebuild anything. We're just gonna jump onto the roof of the smeltery where we can escape from all of that action. Let me grab my sword and bow here, and we will attack some of these mobs from a distance. So some lighting in here will definitely be of use to us. Alright, now with all of the candles lit, I'm going to place the glow lichen wherever it is still dark. And that should hopefully prevent any more hostile mobs from spawning. So now the graveyard is just about finished. Let me check the shulker box. It looks like we have used up all of the resources that I was hoping to use. Of course, we are still waiting for those skeleton skulls. In the meantime, I suppose we could always go to the Nether Fortress and get some wither skeleton skulls. But that's just not the same effect. So I'm just going to wait this out. It may take a while. I'll get a lot done off camera in the meantime. And as soon as I have a thunderstorm come up, we will capitalize on that, turn some creepers into charged creepers, and get some of those skeleton skulls. And if there was a thunderstorm right now, we would not be searching too long for creepers. They are everywhere tonight. Well, I've been waiting around for a while now, but unfortunately I still have not had a thunderstorm roll in, and I do need to edit and upload this video, so I'm afraid we are going to have to end it there. Hopefully by Halloween we will get a thunderstorm that comes through though. But I did a lot of landscaping. I finished the path up to the smeltery, and I planted a few more trees. I got a cherry tree over here that I absolutely adore, planted a birch tree there, and this one just kind of covers. It was split here in the middle. It was just a gap, and then there was this side and this side, but I decided to fill it in and make it one large tree, and then this cherry tree right there as well. So it really feels a lot cozier, a lot more put together as well as we continue to expand our valley here and make it look really nice. But just to recap with the graveyard and how that turned out, this is what we have. So I'm just gonna give you a quick tour. This is the entrance. Actually, I just realized I forgot something that is a very nice touch. Let me run back and grab a couple materials. We are going to add an arch over the entrance here, and that will be done with walls for pillars, stairs on the outer edges, upside down stairs in the middle, and did I include slabs on the top? I think I did, but I didn't bring any. Cobblestone slabs on the top of that. There we go. There is the arch. Actually, let me grab a pickaxe here. Let me try just normal slabs. I think that is how I did it. There we go. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That kind of makes a pretty good entrance for us. I suppose we could put some signs on there or something like that. But now we have an entrance to the graveyard. We have some carved pumpkins, of course the gravel that just kind of follows along through here, creating a path where people have walked through and visited the different headstones. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different headstones in here, 6 different graves, and of course all of the aesthetics as well. My favorite being the large dead tree in the middle. But again, that is where we are going to leave this episode of the Optimistic Survival series. Still waiting on that thunderstorm. Hopefully that will roll in and we can get some skeleton heads from that. But if you enjoyed today's video, definitely leave a thumbs up on it, and do make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on daily content as soon as I publish it. Check the description for some more important information, links, how to contact me, all of that good stuff. And stay tuned for the next episode where we will travel to the end to finally make an XP farm, because I have really been struggling with my tool durability. Part of that is my fault for not having Unbreaking 3 on everything, but we will also start a pillager raid in the near future so we can travel back to our village, hopefully safely, not being attacked by iron golems, and trade for some more Unbreaking books. But again, comment, like, subscribe, remember to stay optimistic, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye!